Welcome to the Desire Over Doubt Show, coming to you from Savannah, Georgia, with your hosts, elite and international elite lifters, Nate Korpusic and Savage Cat.
Good. Yeah. Good. So we're here today
with Amanda Carroll on the Desire Over Doubt Show.
We're going to discuss empowerment through strength, which is, I think we mentioned when we asked you to be on the show. Mm-hmm. And we feel that it's time to start bringing people's stories in so we can show other people that it is possible to, male, female, from any background, any race, religion, creed, whatever, you can gain your own personal empowerment through strength. And you're one of the people that we feel embodies that greatly. So we would kind of like to hear your story and where you came from over the last couple of years and what brought you to this point and how you feel about that term, empowerment through strength.
Okay. So I started out playing softball, being an athlete. And then when I got into college, I started really hitting the gym and really hitting the weights. And that's when I found powerlifting specifically. And it's like I had found a new love again, like when I had found softball. And it made it fun to go to the gym. I had a purpose. I knew what I was supposed to be doing. And it just felt really great to get in there and keep putting on the muscle and keep packing on the weight. It really helped my freshman, sophomore year of college of kind of figuring out who I am as a person. Like many people know, growing up, going through middle school, high school, you kind of have issues with comparing yourself to other people. And the gym was an outlet for me to not compare myself to people, and kind of just be able to focus on where I started and where I'm going and where I'm continuing to go. And then just being able to just kind of learn to love myself and live with everything that is Amanda. And part of that is going to the gym and lifting the weight
Carolyn, hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
Ice.
Our dog is one of our dogs is being a little unruly.
Gotcha. I am on the third floor of my house, so that my cat does not interfere.
She just gets a little excited. She always wants to be a part of everything. And so now she's going to go for a walk, it looks like. Bye, Heist. All right. So I actually have a question for you, if I may interrupt real quick. So you mentioned going to the gym and that being a place of kind of it helped you a lot, going into the gym and kind of a place of non-comparison. A lot of things we hear is people who go to the gym find a lot of what we call gym intimidation and have issues going to the gym and, very uncomfortable at first. You don't sound like you have that experience per se necessarily. So
not really.
What do you say to the people that do have that gym intimidation?
I have quite a few friends that struggle with it as well, and I always just say find a program that you like go in with some form of a plan, do your prior research, and go in and try not to care what other people are thinking or if they're staring at you, try not to care about it. It's a lot harder than when you just say not to care. Because it's so much you immediately start thinking, are they judging me? Is my form wrong? But I always try and preach just go in there, know what you can do what you can do, and it'll work out in the end. You'll start seeing results. And even if someone's staring at you, 9 times out of 10, they're probably just disassociating in their own little workout zone, or they're thinking about what they're going to eat after workout. They're usually not paying attention to you at all.
That's fair enough. I think that's accurate. I definitely zone out and then realize, oh crap, I look like I'm staring at that old guy trying to bench pressing or something, and I have to avert my eyes or something because you do that. You do zone out and you get very. Once you get into it, I think you get very into your workouts, and
definitely.
That zone is definitely, that tunnel vision definitely happens.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I know you have some questions you want to ask.
I do. So you mentioned being in school. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're studying and how that's going for you?
Mm-hmm. So I'm currently an exercise science major. That's a very broad thing. Of just everything exercise. I'm actually. Words are hard. I am actually graduating this December with my bachelor's in it, and then I'll be preparing to go to physical therapy grad school and get my doctorate and become a physical therapist.
This December, you're graduating this December?
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
I'll be a
Congratulations.
college graduate in December.
Yay, that's incredible. Congrats. That's like
Thank you.
a month after next.
Yeah, so
Great.
I'm doing a internship, and then I have one online class. So I'm interning with Benchmark Physical Therapy. I go in 25 hours a week, and I basically do the job of a tech, which is just assist the therapist in executing the plan. Whether that be helping them run, like getting the next exercise set up, demoing the exercise, checking on patients, getting hot packs, ice packs, cleaning. I do that for 5 hours every morning. And then I have an online class that I do on the weekends.
Nice.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so definitely congratulations. That's a huge achievement.
Thank you.
And I think you're going to be awesome at it. I think you're going to have a good time in grad school too. That's going to be, you got the right personality for it, for sure.
Thank you.
What else do you have? That was your question?
What's the question?
Oh, you had a question.
My big question for right now.
Oh, okay.
I may have other questions.
You may have other questions. So as far you spoke of powerlifting specifically, and obviously like we're powerlifting coaches, that's where we hail from as well. But you also have that softball background. Do you say that also contributes a lot to inner growth, personal strength, and just like team sports in general? Getting outside of powerlifting a little bit, but like team sports in general, and kind of like building a different type of psyche than maybe you would have if you didn't play those team sports.
Yes, very much. So I started playing softball when I was 7. And I also, when I was around the age, my dad got me into speed and agility, just to, help with footwork, help with the hand-eye coordination as being a young toddler athlete. And so I did speed and agility in concurrent with softball up until my freshman year of high school. And the biggest thing that I noticed, just like with me and my peers, is I was able to fit into crowds better playing softball, because you get just forced together with these random, like there's 14 to 15 of us on a team at a time, because you got the 9 players and then you got your backups and your backups. And I just was able to learn how to work with people and kind of some of those like leadership skills, honestly, that you might not see in solo sports, or that you might not get just being a normal elementary, middle school, or high schooler. So it's like the biggest thing, like mentally wise, that I learned from playing a team sport is figuring out how someone ticks and then being able to get what I want to get out of them, and being able to deal with people who don't know how to control their emotions as well. They're very up and down and not level, and just playing along that, knowing when you should be really up or when you should tone it down is kind of what playing has taught me outside of just being able to throw a ball and hit a ball.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, that's a really good perspective. And I guess the last question I really have is like some of us come from a different era. I'm a little bit older, so I'm pre-social media, and so I always like to talk about social media a little bit, especially with the younger generations, because it's something that I've had to adapt to and use it mainly for work. And I actually have a hard time like coming up with stuff and putting stuff online. I'd rather not do it if I didn't have to. But how do you think that's affected people like yourself, or people around your age, as far as like having the empowerment or hurting their empowerment, and what do you think could be done about that?
It's honestly a double-edged sword, because like when it does good, it's good. But at the same time, like when we're seeing these people trying to promote like, oh, like go on this diet, or here's the workout that I did, and like you see these people that are super, super in shape, like specifically in like the gym fitness realm. You see all these like super in shape people, and they're like, I went from this much weight to this much weight. What I've seen is that it creates almost of like a, I wish that could be me situation. Like some people, it works and they see that and they're like, oh, that's my goal, I'm going to drive for that goal. And then they get in the gym and they do what they need to do. And then, but for other people, it's like, I wish that could be me, but I'm going to stay right here on the couch and continue doing whatever
Sure.
on the couch. And so it kind of also depends on the person. If you grew up with like active family members and then the social media comes in and you're like, oh, that's really cool, I'm gonna go do that too, and I'm gonna get up and go run or something. But there are other people who like didn't have like the base of an active lifestyle or an active family. It's just kind of, I wish that could be me, and then they just get more down on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that a lot. Definitely.
I think it happens a lot too with people who are like kind of closer to on your level or my level, and we're looking at these, what?
Not my level.
We're like on the same level. And we're looking at people like Stacey Burr and Mariana Gasparian and, Hunter Henderson and these, we're obviously in shape people. We've been training for a really long time. And then it even still affects us by being like, looking at somebody like, the people I just mentioned and thinking, well, I wish that could be me. But the difference is we know we have the work ethic, right? If we continue to stick to the program, go in with a plan, continue to progress, always work on our technique, being, prioritizing things like food, rest, recovery, then that actually could be us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally accurate. It is work ethic, that's for sure. I think some people just think that like those people just appear out of nowhere, like they just descend from the heavens or something, and here they are. Here's John Hack from the heavens or something.
It really does seem that way sometimes.
You got to understand, like you have to understand the work those people put in.
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah, social media does a really, really bad job of showing everything behind the scenes. Unless you get those people who are like super, super transparent and are like, this was me, like I was a you just sitting down, and I decided one day that I needed to get up and go, and like I didn't know what I was doing at first, but over the years, like with help of other people, I've gotten to where I am. And so that's kind of like where my viewpoint on social media doesn't really show, is where everyone started and like how much work that they've put in.
right.
Which is kind of I don't know if y'all are on TikTok at all. It's another one, but there's a lot on TikTok of people like going through, showing their workouts, like showing the work that they're putting in, like being really upfront and like real of like, my eating hasn't been good this week, or this hasn't been good this week, but like I'm still getting into the gym and doing what I need to do. And it's kind of, in my opinion and from what I've seen, it's facilitating a get up and go kind of attitude in my generation to just do something.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. Well, I am very thankful that you came on today to be with us. We keep it short and sweet because we want to be able to get the message out there, and attention spans are limited these days. So speaking of social media, but we wanted people to see your story, and I do thank you for coming on.
I have one more question for you. So this is something that Heidi Donnell does, who is the host of the Future is Female Powerlifting podcast. And at the end of every podcast, she asks the person, what the hell was I thinking? So think of a time in your life, whether it's like related to the gym, related to school, related to whatever, where you look back now and think, what the hell was I thinking?
Oh, boy, I'd be here a while.
Oh, that's gonna make me think. Because there's definitely been a couple times where I'm like, oh goodness. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go back to when I played softball, like when I was still a pretty young athlete, and I didn't listen to myself. Like I didn't listen to what my body was telling me, or why I kept playing through the amount of pain that I was in. I think that's like the biggest why.
Yeah, you know better now.
Yeah, definitely know better now, considering all the things I've had to deal with since that point. That would be the biggest. Why didn't you do something sooner for yourself? Why did you just keep playing?
The important thing is that you learn from that over the years, because if you didn't
and now
learn
I'm
from
making
it,
it a
you'd be
career.
broken.
Yeah, and now I'm making it a career about
That's
it
awesome.
of helping
And,
other injured athletes.
and that's awesome. And hopefully we can get that message out as well. We'll help you with that. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of
Amanda
course.
Carroll, also one of our teammates on Asgardian Athletics.
Yep.
When is your next competition?
I have a mock meet November 12th, and
Okay.
then I have a I'm doing states in
Yep.
February.
Out in Atlanta?
Yep. It's
Okay.
a 3-day this year.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a 17th, 18th, and 19th.
That's the
They're
biggest
just-
league.
They're making states bigger and bigger.
They always have. They've always been trying. I mean, I refereed it when it was like a 1-day meet. Now that's interesting. All right. Well, cool. Well, we'll be there. I think.
Yep.
Right?
Yep,
Yeah,
we'll
we
be
should
there.
be there. Yeah. Well, obviously, we'll definitely be there. Yeah. Cool, Amanda. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank
and
you.
where can
It
people
was-
find you online?
I have a Instagram account, which it's just Amanda_R_Carroll, 2 R's, 2 L's, and Carroll, is my fitness Instagram, and is connected to my Facebook, I think, which is also just my name.
We'll link you to.
Yeah.
We'll link people to that as well.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on, Amanda, and we will we'll talk to you soon. And good luck with all your training.
Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Bye.
Bye now. Well, that was interesting. That was wonderful. We're still live here.
Cool.
So I just want to recap. I think a lot of what she said is I really like Amanda. I think she's got a lot of work ethic, and I think because she's had such a strong work ethic from such a young age, that empowerment to her almost means something a little bit different than what it would from somebody else. And of course, it's different for anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
But for her, I think she came out of the womb empowered.
I think so.
She's
And
strong.
you know, one thing about Amanda is, and I find this a lot in powerlifting in general, is especially newer lifters, they get very frustrated when they're not improving every single time they go into the gym. And by improving, I mean like, oh, well, you know, I squatted 200 last week. Well, I should be squatting 225 this week. Like, no, not if that load is not normalized to you.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Like,
You see it all the time.
the reason I can go into the gym and squat, you know, 275 this week and 300 next week is because those are normalized weights. If I was going in, you know, and saying, well, I want to squat 385 and then I want to squat 435 next week, that's you know,
irresponsible.
it's irresponsible,
It's
and
irresponsible.
it's not going to work out. So somebody like Amanda, who has played sports for the majority of her life so far, understands that the development of these skills takes time.
And discipline.
And
A lot of
discipline.
discipline. You can tell she's very disciplined.
Yeah.
And just watching you coach her, it's very obvious how disciplined she is. And I think a lot of that does come from work, playing on a team.
Yeah.
And so if people have had that opportunity, I think that makes it kind of develops a different set of skills than if you didn't play on a team. But anyways, that was Amanda, guys. She's awesome. Definitely follow her career. She is up and coming. She's going to be one of the strongest out there. Like she says, she's doing a mock meet, but then she's going to be at Georgia State's in February. What do we got coming up? We're leaving for Worlds this weekend.
Yep.
USPA?
IPL Worlds.
in
And
Alabama.
Alabama.
And then we go to somewhere else in South Carolina in the next weekend. And
Malden, South Carolina. We're both testing for our state referees with USPA. And then the weekend after that.
The weekend after that, we're going to Kentucky to referee a Special Olympics meet. We'll actually post information and all that. The Special Olympics meets are very important, and they're very near and dear to my heart. So I'm really excited to be able to do that. That's actually with Powerlifting America.
Yeah.
So we'll be traversing a couple different leagues over the next couple of weeks. Definitely follow us as Asgardian Athletics, asgardianathletics.com on Instagram.
Asgardian_athletics.
And Facebook is just
Asgardian Athletics.
So guys, find us there, buy the supplements, keep the machine running. And that is it for this Desire Over Doubt show. There will be more coming with more interviews and a lot more people. If you're interested in coming on and telling your story, please shoot us a message. And see you at the gym.